Alright everyone, now that the Red Escanor banner is out, I wanted to have a really important discussion on what's going on with banners on Global and how you might actually want to approach saving your gems, because this has actually changed quite a bit recently. I know I had a similar discussion on the channel not too long ago, but now we've really just seen how fast Global is actually moving at, and I personally don't think it's really going to slow down a whole lot. Maybe a little bit, but I think Netmarble has kind of made their stand on the sense that they want to release super hype units at least every few weeks or so. Now, this was the period in the game where I really thought for a while we were going to have a bit more of a dry spell. And when I say that, I don't mean like bad units or anything like that, but not units that are as crazy hype, right? Like we still haven't gotten Monspeed, we still haven't gotten Red Fat King or Gloxinia, and I thought that there was going to be a month or so where those are going to be the banners, and especially to those of you guys that are free to play, cheap to play, you just don't have a big budget on the game, those are banners where you can easily feel comfortable skipping out and saving on your gems. But that is not the case. And another important thing is, let's actually go up here and see the unit that a lot of people thought that we would have gotten by now is Monspeed, and they skipped down quite a bit here to Red Escanor. So that is a really, really big jump, and I think that's a sign there that Netmarble could absolutely do this coming up as well. So I think anything, honestly, here on the banner, all of these units that you guys see with my mouse cursor, I think these are all fair game to actually come out sometime soon. And we've actually already seen some of them. Look at this. We have Red Melascula, we have Red Gallant, and I don't know if we have anything after that point. I might be missing one, but I think it's a lot of this stuff coming up here is fair game. So definitely expect more hype units coming out, you know, every couple of weeks. And this really is going to change your overall approach to how you want to save your gems and, you know, go with summons. So let's talk a little bit about coin shop banners here, because Red Escanor is a perfect example of an extremely, extremely hype banner that a lot of people want to summon on. But when you really sit and think about it for a second, especially if you are free to play, low spender, it doesn't really make a ton of sense to actually summon on this banner, because first of all, you've got the whole point of the pace of the game. It's been so insanely fast, and if you just spend your gems on every banner that comes out, every hype banner that comes out, there's no way that you're going to have the gems left for when a banner comes out that you really, really, really need to summon on, right? So that's the first thing right there. Now, the next thing is the fact that he's just quite simply going to be available in the coin shop, right? You can actually get Red Escanor without having to rely on RNG at all. And I really wish that, you know, this sunk in my head a little bit before I did all the pulls that I did earlier, because those of you guys who watched the summon video, minor spoiler here, I'll give it a second. But yeah, I spent over 1,000 gems before I just got one single Red Escanor, and I didn't even get a Gallant either. So 1,000 gems for just one rate up coin shop unit. Nobody in their right mind who is free to play or cheap to play is going to be able to summon on banners like this and have enough gems for the extremely, extremely important banners. So that's the next point right there. Now, the next point after that is Netmarble is kind of doing, I don't know if scummy is the right word. I don't think it is, because I've played games where I really know the definition of scummy. But the other units in this actual banner here that are not right up, they're just not really that good, right? Like, there's some okay stuff here. Red Arthur, if you don't have them maxed out, you know, not bad. But a lot of the units here are units that I think a lot of people at this point in the game would probably prefer not to actually get, and are mostly just going to be a platinum coin. So this whole banner, what it's really all about is quite simply Red Escanor, right? It's the hype of Escanor. Netmarble is really selling it. They're selling it as much and as best as they can. But when you sit and actually think about it, these are the kind of banners with the pace of the game that you're actually probably going to want to end up skipping out on. Now, on the other side of the scale, I will say this though. Netmarble is actually really, really smart with this. And I actually sat and thought about this for a second before making the video, and I was like, wow, this actually makes a lot of sense. And I think this is going to blow some of your guys' mind a little bit here, is let's talk about coin shop units and the time that it actually takes for units to come out in the coin shop, right? Probably going to come out a couple weeks after the banner actually ends. It's a 2-week banner, so what is that going to be? 3-4 weeks or so before we see Red Escanor in the coin shop. Then when he does come out in the coin shop, he's probably not going to be discounted. It'll be 7 coins, so it might be another couple weeks until you can actually buy him for 5 coins. That's a lot of time, you know, 3 to 7 weeks or so, whatever that might be before you get an opportunity to buy him. That's a lot of time, and a lot is going to happen in the game before you get the opportunity to buy him. And the faster that Netmarble actually pushes the pace of the game, the less useful it is for people to actually buy coin shop units, because if they slow down the pace of the game, you know, a month is really not so bad. If we had some of the banners that I thought we were actually going to have by now, and then they release Red Escanor, and then we go back to some of the banners that maybe are not super hype, then you could still get Red Escanor in the coin shop, but, you know, you're going to feel like he's a lot better. But with the pace of the game right now, by the time that Red Escanor is available in the coin shop, you know, there might be a whole lot of other things going on in the game, and he might not be quite as good. So, not really too sure. We'll just kind of have to wait and see. But, you know, this slow period that a lot of people have been so-called talking about and expecting for a long period of time, I wouldn't really get my hopes up, guys. I really wouldn't. You know, I think what they are probably going to do is maybe go with the path that they've been doing recently, where they've been releasing like one not as hype banner and then one super hype banner. Then maybe going back to one not so hype banner and then one super hype banner. But I don't think they're going to go back to like 2, 3, or 4 not super hype banners. And I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. Eventually, they're going to run out of units and catch up to JP. But I think that is the plan. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we saw some of the crazy stuff in JP coming to the game a lot sooner than we would expect. But, you know, we are still missing a decent amount of stuff above Red Escanor here. We do not have Monspeet. We do not have Red Fat King. We do not have Gloxinia. And if we actually go to Red Escanor, who we just got right there, there is actually stuff that we got ahead of Red Escanor, right? We do have Red Skinny King, and who else? We do have Red Melascula and Red Gallant. And a note about the Red Melascula and Red Gallant is Netmarble is also very strategically including coin shop units in banners, even if they are really far ahead. And that's something that I think we are not going to see go away anytime soon. So the coin shop banners are really the whale bait. That's what they are. Those of you guys who are free to play, cheap to play, you really almost have to think of those kind of like the banners that have units that are not as hype, because there's just going to be so many of them coming up in the future that if you want to use your gems and really feel as efficient as possible about it, summoning on coin shop banners where you're going to be able to get those units later on, even if it is a while, is just not going to cut it. It really isn't. We just do not get enough gems. This game is very generous. I will not lie. One of the, if not the most generous games that I've ever played before by far, but also it is the game that has been moving at the quickest pace of any game that I have played by far. So, you know, you kind of have to take it both ways, if that makes sense right there. So, very important discussion. I wanted to really bring that up before I get into, you know, specifics here on what's really going on. So, obviously, we are missing some of these units here, like old or Red Fat King, Gloxinia, and Monspeet. But these are the units that, I'm not saying they're bad or anything like that, but I would consider them to be more in that slower period, right? They aren't as meta-defining. If you're somebody who's into collections, or you just really want to get them, or you have a certain use, maybe it's a secret, you don't want to tell everybody on why you want to actually get them, go for it. That's fine. You know, at the end of the day, having fun is the absolute most important thing. But these are not the kind of banners that are going to sell for Netmarble. If they release these banners non-stop, like if they released Red Fat King, Gloxinia, and Monspeet, and that was the game for the next 6 weeks. Imagine if each one of these banners was 2 weeks long, and that was the next month and a half. Like, that's just not going to cut it for Netmarble. They are really going after the money here, and I think we might see one of them coming up, and then we're going to see another super hype banner come out, and vice versa, repeat back and forth. You guys get the idea of what I'm saying here. So let's kind of move ahead here. We also do not have blue Nunchuck. Man, I'm blind, okay? Blue Adventurer Bond. We do not have a lot either. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit about Green Demon Meliodas. Now, I know Green Demon Meliodas is a New Year's unit. There was a specific banner on JP that came out. It was actually the same banner that had Red Escanor. And let's see if I can find it. Right over here, right? It's right where we're at right now. The Red Escanor banner. It also had the New Year's units. Demon Meliodas, Green Demon Meliodas, Green Elizabeth, I really am colorblind. Red Elizabeth, and Blue Jericho, right? A lot of people, maybe especially JP players, think that they are 100% still going to stay the course and wait until New Year's to release those units. But think about it, right? With the pace of the game and how fast it's been going, New Year's is a really long time. A lot is going to happen in the game before New Year's. So I really think that they are going to release those units before New Year's, and I think we might actually see them soon. I don't know exactly how they're going to do it. You know, I did not play JP. I do not play JP, but I think we've had enough evidence at this point to see how differently they are doing banners on global to have a good idea that Demon Meliodas, Green Demon Meliodas, could absolutely come much sooner than people expect. And he's actually pretty darn good. Let's see here. So where is he? Right here. He is very, very good because of his passive. And I think he's probably one of the big hype units that's coming up that I think a lot of people, it's a seller, if that makes sense, right? Meliodas, Netmarble, money, people are going to spend money, whales are going to go for it. It's going to be a big one right there. So that's one of the ones up on the list right here, but there are others too. So let's get into, let's see, Demon Meliodas. Okay, so we've got the Estarossa and the Derieri banners, where they came out with both the green version and the red version, and one version was put in the summoning pool, and then one version was put in the coin shop, right? I think that is absolutely something that they could do. I think that's a trend that they are probably going to stay with. I think that is a money maker, and I think that we absolutely could see that very, very soon as well. And it is actually red Derieri here. I don't remember, because I don't play JP, I don't know which one is the coin shop. I think it's green, right? I think red is the one that's added to the actual banner summon. So this could definitely be another hype one because you are not going to be able to wait for the coin shop. So I know that's another one. And again, with the pace of the game, I really do think that this stuff could be coming out soon. This right here is actually just a list of the units that are added to the banner pools, the regular summoning pool, after their banner is actually out here. So we have the part 1 and we have the part 2. So if I go Estarossa and Derieri, where's Derieri? Red. Okay, so both red versions go to the summoning pool, and it's the green one that is the coin shop, right? So yeah, this is the coin shop one. The red one you're going to have to summon for. So yeah, I think that's definitely going to be a big one for Netmarble. So I think that's kind of the rough outline that we can really see here. As far as we go, I think the last unit that we've seen here is Gallant. We also have green Monspeed here, and it would absolutely not shock me if they put green Monspeed with red Monspeed. I think that's probably going to be an upcoming banner. It would not surprise me if that was the next one, if they kind of follow that theme of one super hype banner like we have right now with Red Escanor, and then one kind of like one of these hybrid banners like the Melaskulas, where there's a coin shop, then the non-coin shop, and then they end up alternating and going back to a super hype unit. So complete speculation. This is just my prediction here. I want to end off the video. I think the Monspeeds are coming soon. I think the Estarossas and the Derieris are coming soon. And I think that the Green Demon Meliodas, even though it is a New Year's unit, it would not surprise me if Netmarble actually had other plans because of how hyped Meliodas is to get that out sooner and find a way to make their money from that. So that's just speculation in my predictions, though. Either way, the main theme of this discussion and what I really wanted to talk about towards the start was this is an opportunity for everyone, including myself, to reflect on what Netmarble has been doing with banners and to kind of rethink your strategies. These slow times with a month, 2 months of not much going on, I don't think it's very likely at this point anymore. So anyway, I've talked enough here. I've given you guys my thoughts. I hope that you guys enjoyed. And if you guys do enjoy and you want more videos like this in the future, consider subscribing to the channel. Feel free to leave a quick like as well. It means more than you can imagine. So thank you so much to all of you guys who decide to do that. And more Grand Cross Global videos should be popping up on the screen right about now, or in the suggested videos to right or below. Feel free to check them out. But if not, until next time, take care everyone, and this is Salt of the Salty Guild, signing out.